many of you, I only came here to escape. But I found something much bigger than just myself. Are you willing to fight?
Help us save the Oasis.
Okay, welcome to Black Reviews, the show where a bunch of black people review a black movie. I don't know, who do we got here?
I am Yahrim from Uganda.
Tell me who you guys are, what you guys do, why you're here.
Hello, I am a Croatian boy. My YouTube channel is Goran the Slav. I don't make anything because my PC is shit. What up?
He has no internet in Croatia. That's also a reason why.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, true. No, yes.
Alright, and I'm with aka Nathan, and I'm from good old Northern England. I'm about to have a channel. I don't know what to call it yet, but I'll have a channel by the time the video goes up, and it'll be linked in the description, so check that out. I'm going to be doing stuff about like film, different art forms, I guess, like video essays. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing yet, but just check it out because it's going to be some cool ass shit on there.
Okay, let's jump right into the plot. Okay, we can just go over that. So, in the beginning, the stupid you see him put on the little headset thing. He talks for a little bit, and then he goes in there, and you find out that he's a superstar. Well, not really, but he's done a lot of things in the movie as Avatar Parzival. So, what was your initial thoughts on the movie, like the beginning part?
Okay, well, I mean, the first thing I noticed is, okay, what the fuck is... Okay, the music is pretty good. The music is like, you know, the beginning opening music was really good, even though it's just, you know, old music from the 80s. But, that was okay. The character design in, like, the Oasis after he entered was really, you know, I liked it, even though most of it, again, is just copied from other games and like other game media.
He just looked like Link and Cloud mixed together, and they were like, oh yeah, this is character design, let's just put it in.
I thought he just kind of looked like a generic anime character. Like I didn't think it was like particularly interesting. And I also I thought the aesthetic when they got in the Oasis was really like, you know, there wasn't anything special about it.
But they had Minecraft.
It's a video game, and yeah, the first thing you see is, oh, it's got Minecraft.
I was like,
yeah,
no. I remember I leaned over to the girl I was with, and I was like, why do they have Minecraft in the Oasis? Is that really what they want to play?
And the thing is, as well, why are people still playing Minecraft 40 years after it came out?
Unless there's fucking sex, real sex mods in the game that don't look like shit, why the fuck would you even play it? SMH.
Well, you can do anything in the Oasis, so I'm pretty sure you can, you know, they have those suits with the touch feature. When someone touches you, you just kind of go.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene. That was a interesting scene.
And you know what didn't make any sense about that is why people had that on while they were in combat. Like, why would you want to feel the pain of the game in real life? Like, it makes sense if you have sex or something, but why would you want to feel all the pain?
Immersion.
That's one of the many holes. So Parzival, he wants to find, what was it, the Easter egg that what's his name left? What's the dude's name?
Yeah, fucking I don't know, Hannibal Lecter or whatever his name was. He left an Easter egg in the fucking thing in the game because he died. Rip, LOL. And after his death, you put in the Easter egg, but you first needed to find 3 keys. And, you know, the first key was at a race, which, remember, no one for 5 years has found out the super secret solution to the race. Just remember that. No one has found the super secret solution to the race.
Someone in 5 years is gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be some retard and just go backwards and see what happens. You know. Surely someone has at least have got to try that by then.
I kind of held my suspension of disbelief, but Parzival was also playing the game for that 5 years. So the fact that he never decided to go to the stupid Hall of Memories and be like, oh yeah, let me look here. Yeah, go backwards. Yeah. Like I don't know. It seems
Well-
like he would have done that already.
Well, no. If you remember, the fucking butler or whatever robot thing was like, "Oh, you're gonna visit again. You've heard it like 50 times, so why not again?" So he has gone there. So what the movie is telling me is that he's a fucking retard who, in like the so many times he's been there, has never thought, "Wait a minute, backwards, race."
But like, I guess you can kind of justify it by being like, oh well, if you go backwards, you can die, and then you have to start all over again.
Yeah,
But,
that's
like,
true.
Even then, like,
But
why?
they can
why?
see the back. They can
Yeah,
see
but
the back.
why has he
wall.
done it 50 times? Like, how has he done it 50 times and survived as well? Like, that's another thing. What, did he just like stop halfway through and was just like, all right, yeah, we'll just give another go tomorrow, guys.
And I also wanted to know, like, you know the co-creator, Ogden Morrow, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't he get anything? Like, what happened with that? Like,
Well, no, because apparently, like he sold all the shares to the company. He just left and never came back. So that could be an explanation why he got nothing. But still, the dude who created it was a nice guy.
Yeah, he would
added
probably
something.
put something in the game, like, oh yeah, here's like a reference or like a tribute to this guy who helped with development.
and I didn't okay, he was played by friggin' Simon Pegg, who was Shaun of the Dead, and it took me a while to realize that, because he does an American accent that's just perfect, which makes no sense.
For the entire movie, I was like, wait a minute, this face looks really fucking familiar. Who the hell is this?
Also, he
And I
looked
noticed it was
really old now as well, so like he didn't look like what he looked like in like Shaun of the Dead and that.
and fucking Hot Fuzz and was it End of the World?
Yeah, we don't talk about the world.
We don't talk about End of the World. We only talk about Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, that third one doesn't exist.
No,
That was like Godfather 3. Got it.
No. Then he becomes famous, and then the token girl character, Artemis, she sees him reversing in the race, and then she follows along, and then a few other people.
No. She doesn't begin reversing. No. In the next race, she reverses. So she sees him like, why isn't he moving? Ah, fuck it. Continues on. And then the next race, she starts reversing.
Yeah, and then she goes and tells the Asian guy, and then he tells the Asian kid, and then but the thing is, surely like the Asian kid would have been like, here, give me like $500 in-game dollars, and I'll tell you how to get the key. Like, no way, like people could be that trustworthy.
Yeah, that's another thing. The 11-year-old, he would not have been, that calm, patient, and smart. He would have been like, hey guys, give me $5 and I will tell you the answer. It's okay, thank you.
You underestimate 11-year-olds' intellect. You know, I'm 11, and you're calling me dumb? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, let's just say that I have higher standards for older people than 11-year-olds from all the funny XD Call of Duty squeaker lol pwned pranks I've seen, so you know.
That 11-year-old kid, though, he was a surprisingly good actor. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was pretty alright. When I was with my friend seeing the movie, I leaned in when he was like, a bit sad, and I was like, oh no, look, Kim Jong-un is sad.
After that,
horrible.
what happens? What do they do?
They go to the like space club thing.
Yeah, she's like,
oh, we need to float on the.
No. Wade goes to the mansion, the stupid the memory thingy, and then he talks to the butler, and then she comes along and she's like, what are you doing later? Here's where I thought the joke was actually funny, where she's like, what are you doing later? And then the butler, he kind of looks, and so does Wade. I thought that was funny. which is one of like the few jokes that I appreciated in the movie.
I was just like, oh, okay, that's mildly amusing, and then
Okay, no, but
I felt
I
a
thought
bit
that was
like,
good, but
yeah,
I mean, also
it could have been done in like a million other contexts and have worked.
Yeah.
It was pretty low effort, but
And
I
then
guess it was alright.
and then she's like, okay, let's go to the nightclub. I got something to show you. And then they go there.
Oh wait,
It's-
but you forget one thing. You forget the most important thing.
What's the most
coin.
important thing?
The coin.
Yeah, the
Ah,
coin.
yeah.
The coin, yeah. Yeah, the coin. The butler just gives him the coin, and he's like, no, you keep it. And then he's like, no, I insist, you have it.
You could just tell from then, oh, that's going to be a major plot key. Like, there's no reason that they would make all that, like, fuss out of a coin if it wasn't going to be something really important.
It would have been much better if he just, like, gave it to him, and then he's like, oh, okay, thanks, I guess. Put it in his pocket, and then they kind of just disregard it. So then you forget about it the rest of the movie.
Well, they actually did that. I might have been a fucking retard, but I forgot about it.
I forgot about it too, if I'm being honest. I was like, oh, he has the
Yeah,
coin.
I was kind of like, oh, that might be a thing later on in the film, but then I just kind of forgot. Because the film's that fast-paced that you don't really, like, think about stuff that happened before. Like now that you guys are talking about it, I can't even remember half the film, and I didn't even see it a week ago.
Then they go to when they go to the nightclub, they dance a little bit. It gets really weird because Artemis starts like touching him, and then he cuts to the real world, and he's like with his mouth open. That was a weird part. What's going on there?
It's the funny thing is, it's like, oh, okay, I don't love you. Meanwhile, let me rub your fucking dick.
Exactly. I don't understand what was going on.
You forgot about the worst line in the movie, in my opinion. Dude, she hacked her way into your heart. When I heard that, I wanted to liquidate my existence.
I forgot about that, and it's from the like the token black character too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always think, like, I was quite surprised when they turned out to be black, because I just thought it would be like some 11-year-old kid pretend to be black. Like,
that would have been better. No, what if it was the Asian kid who turned out to be the token black character?
Some like white kid that listens to too much hip hop.
The one thing I fucking noticed is like, with the second he started talking like, you don't know who people are in real life, I was like, to my friend, I was like, it's a chick. It's a chick.
How did everyone how did everybody decipher that? Because I didn't decipher that at all.
No, because I was like, okay, it's obvious she's a chick. There's no way in hell that like they would make this big of a fuzz and like just throw away a line, just throw it like a joke. There had to be something behind it, and I was fucking right.
I think
that's the thing. I feel like nothing in the film was subtle at all. Like the like plot elements that meant things later on in the film, like those weren't used subtly. So it was like, well, this happened. It was like they made a big thing of everything, and I think it was a bit too heavy-handed at some points where you could just kind of oh well, that's clearly gonna play an important part in like the next part of the film.
I think my brain was like just off for half the film, to be honest, because it was really good to look at, but just I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was that aesthetically pleasing. I thought it just, like, especially when they were in the Oasis, which was like most of the film, everything just looked way too CGI. And there was a problem the same problem I had with The Last Jedi, where everything happened so fast and like cuts happen. What's happened, especially when they were doing the race, like it cut maybe a second in between like cuts, and that was just it was too like choppy. But I was watching it in like an IMAX screen, which I think was probably a bit too much because I was way too close to the screen, and it felt like sensory overload.
Were you in like the front of the theater?
Nah, I was like halfway back, but because the screen was so goddamn large, like it took up my entire peripheral vision, and I honestly had a headache, and like I couldn't really see like light properly after I left the cinema.
All you had to do
So-
was just like go to one of the handicap seats, just throw the old person out of the seat, and then just spit on them, call them a Jew, and then sit in there.
I saw it in a fucking 4D movie theater, which in Croatia basically means that, like, whenever like water spurts, someone just comes with a bucket and throws water into your face. So that was kind of fun. But
Is that?
yeah.
Wait. Is that real?
No, I'm
yeah,
fucking making it.
you know,
Okay,
been on
okay.
Shrek 4D.
Oh my! You know what? If I can go watch Shrek in 4D, I'm going to watch Shrek in 4D alone.
No, it's not Shrek in 4D. It's a new Shrek film. Well, like short film in 4D. So they've got like
Yes.
air breathes on your neck, and there's like water gets thrown into the audience.
Can you smell the donkey?
So then the IOI comes in when they're dancing, when they're having fun, and the IOI is this big corporate. I just call them EA. Just think of EA, but in the future, because they want to find the artifact too. So they have like
You
a whole bunch of people working to find it. Yeah,
You could
well,
clearly tell that was like, oh yeah, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna put ads in there. It was like, okay, you're clearly targeting yourself towards like the like nerd demographic here. The people that are like, oh, microtransactions and ads. We don't want that. We just want
like
good games.
Yeah, like when I saw like what they would like plan on doing, like, oh, put ads everywhere for upgrades. I was like, okay, well, I see what you're doing. You're kind of clever.
I like that part. I like the fact that they kind of tied the old with the new by doing that. And then he saved himself with a Rubik's Cube that reverses time for a minute. And then after that, this is the part.
It wasn't a Rubik's Cube. It was a Zemeckis Cube.
Yeah.
You know, back to the
Why do you
future.
remember
You
that?
can
Why
hear
do
the-
Why do you remember that?
That's like one of the only like subtleties of the film that I remember.
I didn't catch that. So.
I remember the holy hand grenade because no one in the theater I knew was. They were like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "You fucking retard."
This is
Like,
this
have
is
you
the
not-
part of the movie where I have issues. Okay, so after that, the owner of, I think it was like the higher up of IOI or something. His name is Nolan
Yeah.
Sorrento.
Nolan North. Nolan North.
He's voiced by Nolan North. Yeah. So he sends Xandor to basically destroy his house, but he's not in the house. You know who is in his house? His aunt and her abusive boyfriend. So
No. Listen, she didn't send Xandor. He sent what is like Failure or whatever her name was.
what? I don't even know that girl's name. I don't
Like
remember.
Failure or something. But like Xandor was like the fucking dude, like Avatar dude, who, by the way, we never got to see how he looked like in real life, which I'm shocked. I thought they would show it, but no.
Oh, and he was meant to be like the comedic character as well. And the quote jokes with him was so painfully unfunny that it was just cringeworthy. Like the whole thing about him having the like neck strain thing where they were like, oh, I can't turn to the left. They repeated that so many times and it wasn't even like funny to begin with, but it just felt like they were trying way too hard and it was such a forced joke. They tried to like make it a callback all the time, but like no one cared. It was just cringy.
Yeah.
When they when they brought him on screen, they played like this really dumb music in the background. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have seen the Boondocks.
No, but I plan on to. But
Okay,
remind
well
me.
they in that they play Jabba the Hutt's theme but reversed, and it sounds really dumb. So once you hear the dumb music, you're like, okay, he's the funny character. So he starts speaking, and I'm like, oh, okay, here comes the jokes, and he's like, I can't turn my neck, I can't turn my neck. Could you like stand over here? And I'm like, it wasn't funny. It just wasn't funny. I liked Nolan's character, how it was Superman, but he looked like Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising.
Oh my god, yes.
As soon as
Yes.
I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's...
I'm just now picturing him screaming, "Microtransactions, son!"
He at the end he pulled out a Metal Gear, so but we're not on that part. We're not on that part. So
Oh, yeah.
his aunt dies and her boyfriend, they both die. And then Wade is saved by this tattooed dude who is an associate of Artemis. And then they bring him to their hideout and they talk to each other and it's all
Oh,
like
that scene was so fucking cringy. Let's like, oh, yeah, like like, okay, I know people with like birthmarks and shit. And she's like, oh, I look ugly. I'm like, oh, where is it? Oh, that? Really? That?
I'm
It's
so insecure. That's why
It's
I
like-
play video games.
I
like-
need to play video game to meet people. I so ugly.
And the sexual tension was so goddamn bad. I literally was just like, please stop.
They sat next to each other and then like they kind of like lean in and then he gets cucked and he's like and she's like oh my god I just realized something. And he's just there and he's like, oh no, I was about to touch a girl for the first time.
Yeah, yeah. This is actually a story of how an incel stopped being an incel and became a Chad.
It's the story of if Elliot Rodger was born in 2040, was born in 2027. That's what it is.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then after that, what happens? They go.
They go to The Shining.
Yeah, they go to the.
God.
I didn't like that part at
That
all.
went on for way too long as well.
Yeah, that went on. Like it said, oh, it's gonna be 5 minutes. Like 20 minutes later,
Okay,
they're
and
still
another
going.
thing is, the entire film felt like it went on way too long. It felt like it was about 4 hours long, and I don't even know how long it was, but it didn't like.
I think
It didn't
2 hours and 20 something minutes.
I've
Yeah,
seen,
like around 2
okay,
hours.
I've seen films that is like all like 3 hours long that felt like they've gone faster than that, because I felt like it was so stretched out as a concept as well, because the book, the source material, is so surface level that they've had to like throw in a load of different stuff to try and make it longer and fit into like a full feature film.
No, do you know the main part that I thought that stretched out? The end part was so stretched out. It's like okay, now cut to a minute of real life. Now cut to a minute of Oasis. Now cut to a minute of real life. Now cut to a minute of Oasis. It's like you could have just like not done that, and like you could have shortened it and made it like better paced.
After Wade's aunt dies, I think that's where the pacing just gets out of whack, because the Shining scene goes on for way too long. And then they find the last clue, and then after that, the real world is there for like a good 20 minutes, I think. And because the real world's not as interesting, which I guess it's a good thing, because if it was interesting, you'd ask why they went, like why do they go into the Oasis in the first place? But I didn't want to see the real world. I just wanted to see the Oasis most of the time. So yeah, I don't know. So then he gets saved by Daito, Shoto, Ake, and she's actually she's a lesbian. Oh.
Like no, okay, I'm gonna be a cunt by saying this, but like when I first saw her, I was like, that chick. Is that like a dick thing to say? Because I didn't know. I was like,
Yeah, I
What
felt
do I
the
do?
exact same way as well, but I was more leaning towards like, oh, it's a man. But then it was like, oh wait, it's just like a really butch lesbian.
After that, I don't even remember. What do? They go to Planet Doom or whatever. No, they find
like,
the
no.
yeah.
I
You
get
say
the last code, which by the way, I like how he added nothing of his only friend, but the fucking pussy he failed to get, he added her as the fucking answer to the second key. Brilliant.
I know, it's awful. And then
It's
wait,
fucking
do
like-
IOI goes there, right? Yeah, they trace the trip.
Yeah, no. But anyways, go on.
After he sends the message from Doomsday or whatever it's called, Planet Doom. Yeah, Planet Doom. That's when everyone like comes, right? I think.
Yeah, that's when like no, he like sends a message and then is like, oh no one has come. Oh yeah, you forgot about the fucking plot point where there's a magical shield.
Oh yeah, there was a magical shield. They did the thing that all movies have to do with the beam in the sky, basically. And then I forgot the real world thing with Artemis being in one of an essentially labor camp, and then she gets out,
basically.
and then she steals she steals Nolan's rig, goes into the game, and then tries to break the force field, and then she does.
Yeah.
And what sort of like executive of a company leaves the password to like everything just lying there? You know, not like some janitor is gonna find that and just go in and play in the middle of the night. Like, oh, you know.
Yeah, and also the fucking how? Okay, so apparently they hacked him in the middle of him exiting, and then like he had like the real world thing. How?
Yeah, and the thing about that as well is that wasn't even shown. Like, they didn't even show them. Well, they showed them hacking in, but they didn't show them, like, exit. I might be forgetting this, but they were like, oh yeah, we just had to hack him while he was exiting. But, like, how did they even know when he was exiting, like, the exact point?
Yeah, it's like, it's very, like, oh, how we got you.
At that point, it was just kind of like, oh, well, this happens and this happens, and there wasn't really any, like, logical sense being made.
And also, it was fucking a throwaway, basically. He found out in, like, the next scene. It's like, oh, wow, thanks,
it's just
guys.
like, oh, there's a mirror. Was there a mirror on the wall or something?
No,
oh, you
there
can see
was,
the
like,
reflection.
a reflection, and then, oh, yeah. They could have pulled it off, but you know what they did? What the fuck they did? They left the door open. they left the fucking door open.
Well, they're kids, so they probably just didn't think about it. They're not that smart. So
yeah,
the
but
11-year-old
isn't Wade or whatever he's called in like is like mid-20s.
Like Wade Watts. No, he's like supposed to be like 15, 16.
Nah, because in the beginning he's like, I'm Wade Watts. I was born in 2020 and the year now was 2040.
Wait, hold on.
2027. 2027.
Yeah, 2027 it was born, and the year is
42.
45?
42, yeah.
That means by my yeah, he's 15.
Ah.
Fucking... which, by the way, he looks nothing like any 15-year-old I've ever seen. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll accept it.
The stupid IOI is trying to find the right Atari 2600 game, but they keep falling through the ice because they keep playing the incorrect games. So they're going through all of them and they're trying to find it. And meanwhile, Wade and like billions of other players are coming to fight with him. And I thought this scene was really cool. How everyone just comes and Twisted Sister's playing from a boombox, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
like I wanted
was my favorite scene.
I wanted them to win from that scene. Like when he pulls up in the DeLorean, and then like you just see like Master Chief's running around. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I honestly hated that scene because I thought it was like, okay, let's fit as many video game and pop culture references in as we can in 20 seconds, and oh, Trace is in it. I mean, like, Trace appears like 5 times throughout the film. It's like, oh, we got the rights to Overwatch characters, boys. We're gonna use them all the time. But like, to me, it just felt like they were just trying to throw in as many references as possible during that scene, as if they didn't do that enough during the movie as a whole. And I mean, I think they kind of use it as a crutch in a way, because like, you know, the plot itself was pretty boring, bland, and didn't really make a lot of sense at times. And then we're just like, alright, well, we've just done a ton of stuff which doesn't really make sense to the audience, but anyway, he's Master Chief, he's Triss, I
kind of wish that they just made it like an alternate reality where in 2018 we have that game instead, because I think the plot would have made a lot more sense in the long run. Why would a kid from 2042 know what Duran Duran is?
Yeah, that was you know what? Now that you mention it, how the fuck would they still know what Overwatch is and like what like Master Chief? How the fuck would? Okay, I know Child's Play, popular horror series. I don't think it's gonna be remembered in like for like another 30 years.
Yeah,
Probably gonna
like
be known, but
there's gonna
not
be
remembered.
there's gonna be like new pop culture like trends and stuff. But
Yeah,
you
like
know, that's another
like-
thing. And you know what? I think in about 5 or 10 years, people are gonna watch this film and just cringe because it's gonna have so many old references that it's just gonna
And-
seem really dated and like, you know, it's not gonna stand the test.
and
of
also,
time.
fucking, you know, my personal nerd rage. They fucking misnamed the fucking Mecha Godzilla. The fucking Mecha, I believe, the Mecha Godzilla that was piloted was called Kiryu, not Mecha Godzilla. Get your facts straight, you fucks.
I really wanted him to just pull out a Metal Gear though. Like I was like,
You know what? A bit. Yeah, me as well. When I saw the Asian kid, I was like, please be a Metal Gear. And it's like
no,
Gundam.
but
Oh, of
the Asian
course.
kid, the Gundam was fine. He was like, I take the form of Gundam, and you know, it was cool. It was okay.
But Rex!
It was just okay. But I think the movie did a fine job of like, they didn't really focus on some of the pop culture references as much as you think they would.
They literally just threw Chucky in as a fucking gag.
Yeah, but like
Literally
also,
threw him in.
but like with the Tracer thing, right? Tracer's on screen, but they don't say like, "Oh yeah, that's Tracer," you know. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, if you know where it's from, you know where it's from. If you don't, then it's not really integral to the movie.
Yeah, and I think if someone came into the film without like prior knowledge to all of the characters and like cameos and stuff, I think it would mean nothing to them. It just kind of cashes in on the whole I know this, so it's cool and funny like thing that's been a trend in like mainstream cinema for a while.
So Wade, or should I say Elliot Rodger? Elliot Rodger finds he finds he makes it to the Atari room, and then he realizes that the game, I forget what game it was, but he realizes that
Adventure.
he needs adventure. Yeah, he realizes that he needs to lose essentially instead of winning, because all they have been trying to do is win. So he finds the first Easter egg ever created inside the game, and then
No, wait, you forgot one important part
what's the part?
where every single fucking character dies.
Oh yeah. Everybody dies because Nolan is like, I'm gonna explode the whole world. No one gets to live.
No.
All the characters are gone. And then Wade has the coin. He pulls it out. Scott Pilgrim moment. Extra life. There we go.
Okay, and the thing is that that didn't make any sense as well. And I mean, it got to the point of the film where nothing makes sense and things just kind of happen because why not? But why did the guy destroy the entire universe? Like, what does he gain from that?
Yeah,
the
'cause-
company's going down
yeah,
either
'cause-
way.
Yeah, because their main plan was to sell microtransactions. And if you kill everything, how the fuck are you gonna sell it?
No, but
Yeah, but
if he
didn't they already sell stuff though? Like, didn't they already sell stuff in the current state of the game? Like, how could they afford all of that stuff without making money in the game that they don't already own? So what are they gonna lose from not owning the game? They've made that much money not owning the game up until that point. Have literally nothing to lose. All they're doing is shutting it all down because, oh, we need to kill everything because we are evil guys and have no clear intentions.
No, but if he destroys everything, everyone can make new characters, but he gets they get another chance to find the clues again. They can start over. So essentially, I think that was the thinking behind it.
The thing
Yeah,
is though, does it reset all the keys? Like, keys go to different places, or
Like, no, they wouldn't, like, reset all the keys. They just, like, reset the fucking, just everyone's progress.
Yeah, because you see, when he does that on the leaderboard, everyone disappears. So, like, do the keys go to different places, or with people knowing where the keys are, it's just going to be another race?
No, but they had
Like,
they still
no.
had the keys, I think, though.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
they
like,
got
everyone
wiped
lost
off
them.
the leaderboard, so it's like...
Yeah, and it literally, I'm not even joking, his plan was literally, okay, let's set them back to square one, when they already know all the answers and probably can beat us to it.
Yeah, like the thing is as well, it was constantly a race throughout the film as well. Like they were following them, but they were always getting caught up and stuff and slipping behind. So like if they were gonna reset everything, the same thing was gonna happen to them again. Like they now know them from the beginning, all three of them, but they also knew all three of them before the protagonist started doing them anyway. They started at the same time, so they literally are gaining nothing. Yeah, like I said, they're gonna lose it all anyway. So, I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me at all. But at that point, I kind of gave up on trying to make sense of the plot because a lot of things just happened that didn't really add up to anything and just kind of happened because they needed to tie the film up and end it. Thankfully, because at that point, I was really just bored and tired and just wanted to go home.
Me
Oh,
too.
but they prolonged that ending so much. It's
Oh,
like
Yeah, no, because the contract thing. He goes there, and then Halliday, he's like, sign this contract, my boy. And then he says, no, I'm not signing. You would never offer a contract. And he's like, yeah, I was just testing you. And then he gives him the real
Shit.
thing. And then everything's happily ever after. He splits the
no,
money.
but you have to remember the most beautiful line in the movie, one that has become a meme among my friends for the past 2 hours. The only thing that's real is reality. Or like reality is the only
That's
real
like
thing.
the whole how are mirrors real if our eyes aren't real. Like that sounds
That
like
was-
something Jaden Smith would say about 4 years ago.
Yeah, and it was fucking beautiful. I loved it. Me and my friends have literally memed that so goddamn much.
The only thing that's real is reality, so go outside, everybody. So the movie was basically, the whole thing was just, you guys should go outside, even though you're in a movie theater watching my movie.
And even though we've spent the entire film trying to pander to nerds, and that's the only way we're going to make money, because people who aren't nerds are going to see this and think, why does this happen? And, you know, they're going to look through the pop culture references, which is really the only redeeming factor of the film. So our main audience is nerds, but we also have to have a moral at the end, which is go outside. But actually, if nerds went outside, then they wouldn't go and see the movie, and the film wouldn't be in the top grossing of the early wow.
Yeah, and also another funny thing is that he splits the share with his like 5 friends. He splits the shares of a I think a 500 billion dollar company with an 11-year-old.
Yeah, and as well, he gives the shares to Wade, who he doesn't even know. He just knows as this like anime character. Like if I was the creator, I wouldn't be like, oh, some anime character is gonna get like the shares to my incredibly successful company, like the top company in the world. You know, I'm not gonna just give the shares to some random ass kid that's managed to figure out what to do.
Although in the ending, one scene did make me laugh. It's like while he's like talking to Hannibal Lecter or whatever his name was. While he's talking to him, he's like getting hit by trucks, and he's like, "So this is the button to destroy everything." He almost pushes the button. He's like, "Well, try not to destroy everything on your first day."
Yeah, I like that gag too. So you basically said the ending, but you also forgot that he makes out with Artemis, and they're cool now.
Yeah,
yeah.
There had to be that one scene where it just happened.
I love
the
how
hot
she was
steam
just on his lap, and they were just making out, and he's like, "Yeah, like go outside,
Yeah,
everybody."
even though if this was like nerds, they would just be like,
So we're all just busting a nut in the theater.
Yeah.
This movie's
Oh my
basically
god, this could be me, and I could finally lose my virginity.
this movie is just what VR chat is gonna be in 30 years. So
yeah. This is basically just VR chat, the movie, with less Knuckles.
imagine like
Yeah, and as well, the thing is, there was absolutely no toxic people in Oasis or like racism or anything. Like that's just so unrealistic. Like there's gotta be some like really stereotypical like black like avatar.
But imagine
fucking
you're
Gollywog.
walking in the Oasis, and then a bunch of little Knuckles come up to you and they're like, "Do you know the way? Do you know the way?"
Yeah, do you know the way to the key?
Or Artemis is the queen.
Yes.
She has a Nigerian accent too. Wait, I love you.
Yes, I know.
Wait, I love you so much.
You know, every movie would be just better if everyone had an African accent.
The
Well,
only,
who killed
only,
Captain Alex?
you know what they needed in this movie? They needed Sans Undertale. That's what they needed.
No, they needed Five Nights at Freddy's.
They did have. Oh no, they didn't. No, wait. I wonder if they did. Maybe instead of The
No,
Shining, they go
didn't.
into Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, they go into The
Frank
Shining.
Fazbear's Pizzeria.
No, they go into The Shining, and there's like this like big important scene where it's like, oh hey, remember the two girls? Haha. Hey, remember the elevator of blood? Haha. Hey, remember the room? Haha.
Oh my God.
Hey,
You know what I just read on the wiki? Nagito from Danganronpa is in the final battle.
What? I actually don't know how many references there are, like what everything is. I saw a couple things I recognized, but I don't know exactly everything that wasn't there.
I
I'm
love
assuming
the
there's like a lot.
I love the Akira bike that Artemis had.
Yeah, if I gave a shit about that, I probably would have, been like, oh, that's cool. But, I am actually very unamused. They made 0 JoJo references.
You wanted
I mean,
To be continued halfway through the film.
Jonathan Joestar comes out. He's just like, come on. Let me
Yeah, he just
go
fucking
my
sunlight
bubbles."
yellow No, he just fucking sunlight yellow overdrives the fucking what's his, like, the fucking Mecha Godzilla.
Exactly. Where was Undertale? Where was Ugandan Knuckles? Where was anything? They didn't reference.
The thing is, they put like memes into it, and I think they did. The one thing they did quite well is not putting memes in, because that would just date the movie even more. Like, imagine
think-
if it was made a year ago, like no one, like when it was like written or adapted. So like it would be like year-old memes, or it would be like 2016 memes, like Harambe would be in it.
Exactly. I'm
Oof,
surprised they
yeah.
didn't put any like Nintendo characters like a Mario or anything in there. They must have costed too
probably 'cause
much.
They couldn't get the
They
rights.
put Battletoads.
Yeah, but Mario, like if Wreck-It Ralph can get Mario, it would cost them a lot. But if Wreck-It Ralph could get Mario and Sonic, then this movie should have got Mario and Sonic.
Well, because that's Disney, and Disney has like throwaway money.
Disney literally owns the world at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney one day buys Nintendo. But I don't know if I want to be alive for that.
No,
I don't think
there's
they would buy it, but I think they would like do a partnership maybe.
yeah, like you know how like the Pokemon like company has like a partnership with Nintendo.
Oh my God! By extension, they would own Pokemon. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! I feel like, you know what? Valve is gonna be the first ones to make a VR headset that's kind of like the one in Ready Player One. I think, personally.
But instead of well, I don't even know what the guy's name is. It's just Gabe Newell. Like, thanks for playing my game, guys. Here's the key to everything.
Try not to
Yeah,
make.
Gabe Newell fucking gives you the key and the secret Easter egg, and you know what you get after you win? You get Half-Life 3.
No, you go to find the third key, but there is no third key because he doesn't know what the number 3 is.
Excuse me, level 3 sentry in Team Fortress 2. Shut the fuck up.
Actually, it's just key 2 part 2. That's what key 3 is. It's just like there's no key 3.
Ready.
It's split into two. No, it's split into 2 parts. The key 2 part 1 or key 2 part 2.
Yeah, they call them episodes for no reason. They're just episode keys. Okay, now we gotta get into the closing thoughts on Ready Player One.
I mean, if my thoughts are, if you turn off your brain, if you ignore the outs, like, the visuals are beautiful. So that's first off. The visuals, like the way the movie looks, it's beautiful. If you turn off your brain to the outside story and like the story overall, it's a really enjoyable ride. If you turn on your brain, you see the amount of plot holes and everything. And let's be honest, no one wants to see the plot holes in movies. They just want to have fun. Well, some people are assholes about it, but still, overall, it's a good like movie if you just turn your brain off and enjoy it, but don't look deeper into it. And also, it's kind of preachy with its message, and very, very contradictory with what it does. But overall, I would give the movie a solid 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, okay.
I would say I have pretty indifferent thoughts to some of you guys. I mean, like Tomie said, it is a movie where you don't really want to focus on it a whole lot, but I think the biggest thing about that was that the film was way too long to be like that. I think it could have accomplished everything that it did and probably more if it was about 1 to 1.5 hours long. It definitely did not need to be 2 hours and 20 minutes or however long it was. I mean, I thought the whole concept of, oh well, this is what like Ohio is like in the 2040s, and like everything is like basically Wall-E. I liked that, and I liked it up until the point where like everything was just, everyone just lives vicariously through this Oasis game. It's like, well, that just, it felt like an unrealistic concept, but I mean, yeah, there's not really much to focus on with the film, and there was way too many plot holes, and there was way too many unexplained things, and just straight up things that made no sense, actions that had no real clear intentions or real clear consequences. And yeah, I thought the aesthetic of the film was really generic and bland looking. I thought I thought it was good in like the real life, like I said. Everything was like the trash world. I thought that looked really good because it kind of reminded us of like a crossover between Wall-E and Borderlands. But when they got into Oasis, it just kind of turned into a generic CGI film, and especially the really fast cuts. You know, it just kind of gave us a headache, and I couldn't really focus on things that were happening.
Okay, I kind of differ from you guys. Okay, I really liked this movie actually. I thought the animation was really good. The performances were bad in spots, but I excused it. The plot is just, it's okay. It's serviceable. It's just an enjoyable movie. It's not perfect, but it's enjoyable. It makes do. And they weren't trying to set up a sequel or anything, so I can appreciate that too. So I'm gonna give it maybe like it's 8. I'll give it an 8. Yeah. I like the movie. What can I say? I like the movie. I enjoyed it. Alright, is that all we have to say about Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, someone give me a nice closing a nice like one sentence. Or you can plug your social media again.
If you want, you can follow me on Twitter. I am Gorgas. I think I'm Gorgas S. I'll be in the description. And the other things. I don't have anything on YouTube, Gorgon the Slav, but stay tuned. I'm getting a new PC soon, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this very long discussion video, and I hope the fuck you add machine guns and tits while we're talking, so it isn't just a boring Discord call.
Like I said at the beginning, I don't have a channel yet, but I'm probably gonna make one and do stuff about film and like art stuff, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, when I do create it, it'll be in the link in the description.
I am Chrono Toaster, and this has been a discussion. Okay, bye-bye.